Interruption. Everybody raves about Archeon the Ever-Chosen. Bro?
Bro?
Oh no, what happened? OBS crash? And then I got disconnected. But we're back up and running. I'm not sure if you heard me. I said I apologize for interrupting you. And I said that everybody online raves about Archeon.
What do you mean he raves about it?
As in everybody says that he's the best.
Best Lord in multiplayer.
Well, the best Chaos.
Well, no. He's not the best Lord for either multiplayer or single player. Kolek is by far the best Lord for both.
Not enough people know that.
The simple fact is, if the level cap on the campaign lords was like level 50, yeah, then Archeon would be the best. But since it's 30, Kolek is the best. So if they increase the level cap on the lords in the campaign, Archeon will be better, because then he will be almost as good as Kolek in melee while still being a spellcaster. You don't have enough points now in the campaign to make him both.
Here's a quick question. What would you say is the best hero for the vampires?
Probably Manfred. Gorst can also be really good, but he's so fucking slow.
No, as in recruitable heroes, like a White King.
I'll see you guys a bit later.
Take it easy, bro. Check out the stream.
You mean the White King or Banshee
Or a vampire.
Well, the vampire is half melee combatant, half spellcaster. White King is basically your melee lord. He's the equivalent of the cap. The Banshee is also a melee lord because you don't have ranged units, but the Banshee is more like your assassin. Like it depends. Like in an army led by Manfred, I'd probably stick a vampire, because Manfred is decent at spellcasting, decent at melee. So give him another hero that's decent at both. Like in Gorst's army, I'd probably put a White King, just so you have a frontline commander, because Gorst isn't one. And in who's the other Karstein? Not Manfred, the other one, Vlad. In his army, I'd probably put a vampire, because he's really good in melee himself again.
Some people like to make Manfred a tank. I think I picked, what did I pick with him?
Yeah, you can easily make Manfred a tank. He's good.
I think I did the buffs. Yeah, I did red buffs. And he's at level 22.
Well, with Manfred, I see you have two choices. Either you make him a spellcaster and unit buffer, and then you just stick him on a flying mount or something just to keep him out of trouble. Or you make him into a melee madhouse with some magic. And then you don't stick him on a flying mount, then you just stick him on a mount.
And you put the enemy through the grinder. And what heroes would complement?
With Manfred, I'd say a vampire.
With Gorse, it would be a White King.
Yeah.
And who else we got here? Vlad. What about Vlad? You got intel on him?
Vampire. Yeah, because Vlad is a melee fighter. Actually, no. With Vlad, I'd pick a necromancer.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's all buffs and debuffs?
No, because then you use Vlad as your mainline melee dude, you know, keep him in the front line, and then you use the necromancer, you know, behind the lines to do, you know, well, both of them should probably have Invocation of the Heck, if I remember. I can't remember offhand what lore Vlad gets.
That's correct, the invocation. Good memory.
That's yeah, well, a lot of the vampires get Invocation of the Heck. But the thing is with Vlad, if you want to make him a melee fighter, the only magic you get for him is Invocation of the Heck. Because all you need to do is be able to cast that overcharge, and you're fine with him, and then you just pour everything else into melee skills for him, and he becomes like a frontline beast. You know, because then he's always at the front line, and if your troops start going around him, you can use the Invocation of the Heck on him, and then you also have the Necromancer to give you another Invocation of the Heck, plus the rest of the magic the Necromancer gets.
So what, that just leaves the fact that you need a hero that gives good melee buffs. Is the Necromancer?
No, but the thing about Vlad is if you just get Invocation of the Heck with him and then just leave the magic tree for him, that gives you enough point that you can make him a melee hero and buff your units. Because you'll have enough points left over. You catch my drift? Because you will have like 4 trees with Vlad, I think it is.
Yeah, but won't you have to be careful at first until you can fully upgrade him?
Nah, he's tough nuts. Just don't, basically, but also as a general rule, heroes that you want to have in the front line as melee heroes, don't put them on flying units. Whereas lords that you rely on magic and, you know, don't want to have in melee, you put them on flying units. Because then you can use, then they can be effective in melee because they can go in and charge and then just take off again and piss off if you want to use them. But that's the easiest way of keeping them out of trouble, if not.
That makes sense.
Also, like the vampire is both caster and good melee unit, but I'd give her a flying unit because if I remember correctly, she has a nice like direct damage spell that when you cast it, it goes like in a straight line in front of you. So you know when both of your front lines meet, you can fly her up to the side of the army and cast that spell so it travels along the entire front line. I think Manfred might be able to get that as well. I can't remember offhand what it's called.
Wait. Is it a different kind of one? Or is it invocation?
No, that's a different spell, but that's on the vampire I'm talking.
Interesting.
Like, basically, no matter who you are as a vampire lord, if you're gonna be in an army, if you have the option, you should always have Invocation of Nehek, no matter what you're specializing him as. Invocation of Nehek is basically the lifeblood of vampire army.
Yeah, most certainly. What units that you choose to have that, and what units you choose to complement that. I noticed that.
No matter, like, even if you're, like I said, even if you're making Manfred or Vlad into melee lords, always give them Invocation of Nehek regardless. But if you're making the melee lords, just give them Invocation of Nehek and nothing else from the magic tree. So basically all the magic they have will just be like Invocation of Nehek and keeping themselves and their troops around them in the front line up.
Because most of your reserves are going to go straight to that Invocation of Nehek overcharge.
Yeah. No, but also like when you're using a necromancer, because he's so shit in melee, you're not going to use points to buff his melee. So you I don't think you can even. But in any case, on him you really open up the magic tree and get yourself other types of support magic. On the vampire also, you have enough points that you can combine having some magic and still be really effective in melee.
Here's a question I always had. Is the Invocation of Nehek used by a legendary general, say Manfred, stronger than, say, if a vampire did it?
Unless there are abilities or things that buffs it, I don't think so. Manfred has so many abilities that he might have an ability that boosts that particular lore. Or you might have an item that boosts that particular lore. Yeah, I don't know. You would have to look at it.
I'd have to look into that.
Yeah. I can't say if offhand or not.
But if you do unlock Invocation of Nehek, that would be like the only red skill that you would unlock. And the rest would probably be like tank buff.
It depends on what lord you're talking about. Like
Manfred, for example.
Vlad and Manfred, yeah, if you want to make them into melee lords, you just get them Invocation of Nehek and none of the other magic shit. And then you just pile into the melee tree.
But is there an upgrade for Invocation? I gotta find out.
Yeah, there's an overcast Invocation of Nehek.
Yeah. If you critical click or double click.
Yeah, but that's also the difference between it being a spell that heals a single unit or that heals an area of effect.
Major difference. Major difference. That's why, if you recall, when we played multiplayer battle with Rain and we talked him into it, I did the... You had a name for it, but it was the Crypt Horrors and Wraiths. With Manfred on foot, and you Invocation of Nehek. And since they're ethereal, unless you have major magic damage, you wouldn't even be able to make a dent.
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore. That the Death Star.
Thank you.
Doesn't really work anymore because of the max cap on heal.
I noticed that. That wasn't there always, was it?
No, that was one of the recent patches.
Because after a while, I was like, seriously?
I don't know if I agree with how they nerfed the stacking regeneration on. I don't get it. Instead of having I don't think there should be a max limit to amount of healing. You know, this was also a way for them to deal with potion spamming heroes and stuff like that as well.
Right.
But instead of doing that, dealing with the heroes is easy enough. Just limit them to one healing potion at a time. That's fine. You fix the heroes. But for vampires, the regeneration is kind of how vampire armies work. That's their thing. That's what makes them tick. By putting a max cap on them, they basically have a time limit now. Instead they should, instead of putting a cap on it, I think they should have instead just limited of how many, because now the problem is you can stack an infinite amount of people with regeneration abilities, and to counter that they should have just limited how many of these abilities will stack together, you know, so you can't so even if you have more they don't stack, you know. That would have been a better way, I think.
Yeah, you're right. It kind of like cripples the lifeblood of the faction.
But that change there made the vampires a lot weaker. Because that's kind of the only thing the vampires have got going for them.
And to be honest with you, the regiments of renown for the humans are basically anti-undead.
Not only that most of the regiments of renowns that the Empire get, they're really good. Where the vampire ones, not so good.
Yeah, exactly. That is horrible. I mean, they're okay. They're upgraded units, but the human ones are they're out of control.
The high-end ones for the vampires and like the regenerating skeletons, they have a few individual units that are, yeah, they're really good. Like the cav unit, you know, the I can't remember what it's called. You know the one, the ethereal cav unit you can get. That one's really good, for example. The high-end ones are really good, but the Empire ones, they're just all round good. The ones they get.
I guess they kind of wanted to make the Empire more exciting because a lot of people didn't like using it online.
Yeah, but no, but even before the Regiments of Renown, the Empire was by far the best faction. And even if you had given the vampires the same Regiments of Renown and not giving the Empire a single one, they would still be the best multiplayer faction. That's how fucking good they are.
So you saying multiplayer is rigged right now?
No, I'm not saying it's rigged. It's just the way it is.
Well, honestly, I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that they didn't make the Beastmen a little bit better for people to want to play them. A lot of people don't like to play them.
Yeah, but no, I don't agree with that. There will always be that, because unlike other games like RTS, like the previous Total War games, which were based on history, here all the different factions play so very differently. So there will always be people who don't like certain factions because they play differently. Whereas in like Rome or Shogun and stuff like that, the factions played more or less the same.
They really opened the doors though for the creativity of units.
Yes, sort of. They're limited to the Warhammer universe, but that isn't that limited, to be honest.
Seriously, the Chaos and I keep playing Ring Around the Rosie around this forest.
Set up an ambush.
But honestly, he keeps going in the other direction that I choose to go. I'll try to set up an ambush on one side, but then he'll go in the other direction. Kolek? Well, let's take him down a notch. Midland wants peace treaty? Haha, I made him my vassal. Uh-oh. The odds are against me.
Yeah, I think you can say that about my situation as well. I'm about to fight a dragon.
The game always puts the odds against you when you fight a dragon to make it seem challenging, but you always pull through. What turn did I start? We started today at turn 100. And I believe we're in the 130 range, 125 range. And I'll check what people I'm at war with after this battle. What dragon are you about to fight in Dragon Age Inquisition?
I think it's a red one. It's the first one.
The first of many. Thanks, Paul Dan. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Honestly though, I'm unsure. We'll see if we can't deal as many casualties as possible. Because my army is close. And we'll be able to intercept whatever they try to pull off. Yo, Grip, I can't believe how dead the Dreadnought Discord is.
Told you.
It's kind of upsetting.
Yeah. Just hope it picks back up again when 2.0 is released.
Any info on when that's gonna be released?
Next month?
Really?
Yeah, that's what to say.
What does this mean for civilization? That sounds to me like October is gonna be one hell of a month for gaming. Damn. Shout out to Mr. 3808. She just rolled a spliff the size of a blunt. Do you know what a blunt is? Over there, Griffey?
Of course I do.
Do you smoke blunts?
Not often.
But you do know what a blunt is.
Yeah.
Well, this spliff here is extra long paper. And it's about 3 times the length of a regular J. So I'm gonna give a special shout out to Mr. 3808 and her kick-ass rolling skills. They took the town center. But his general is dead on the walls. Oh no. Massive crumbling. I don't even know if I got his general or not. Can't win them all. Alright, so where was that at? Am I going to be able to reach him? Oh, and a hasty retreat. It's okay because we can march. Two armies. And last but not least, our newest arrival, Heinrich Kemmler. Swift justice. What's up, Evil Mystic? Welcome back. Just in time to watch yet another wave of the chaos defeated by the unsurmountable undead legendary lords. Casualties were sustained, but not without just cause. Let's see here. Vlad von Karstein, third in the lineup, working his way up to the top. He wasn't easy to unlock. You had to raise Altdorf. Not sack it. Not settle it. But raise it. Oh yeah, Griff. One thing I always like to get with the generals that it's possible is the spawning of the grave guards. It's like totally useless if it's just a spawn of zombies, but some of them have whole grey guard units.
I think it's the Strigoi Ghoul King. With him, you can get like crypt horrors, spawning crypt horrors.
Say what? Which one was it?
Get the Strigoi Ghoul King. I think it's that.
Nice. If I don't have that already, that's gonna be his next objective. Honestly, unless I'm not at war and my armies aren't engaged, most of the time I have my heroes embedded. And I feel like in previous Total War games, they've tried to make that whole espionage effect a little bit larger. Man, I swear. This little area right here, Talabecland and Hockland, high maintenance, bro. High maintenance. Ostland, that little congregation of cities there, high maintenance. Hey Griffin, are you aware of the chat bug for multiplayer? The text chat? I thought it was just me. But then I started seeing in the forums, everyone's like, and that damn text chat makes me not even want to talk to people. And it is hard to chat. It comes up so that every time you type the first letter of someone's name that has joined in the game that you're in, it like auto adds their name into your chat.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
It auto mentions them, and it's quite annoying. I noticed though after the first few times that it happens, like say there's a name in there with A, a name in there with B, and a name in there with C, and you type the letter A, it will come up. You have to press backspace, then continue typing. And then you type the letter B, the name gets auto mentioned, you have to backspace and then continue typing. And until you get into the habit of doing that, you finish typing what you're going to type, and then look up to see what you typed, and noticed it stopped at the first word. If I type familiar things, I won't have to look. But if it's a word I don't know, or if I'm trying to be exquisite, hey Pikachu, thanks for stopping in. See you next time, bro. Don't forget to follow.
Pikachu!
I wonder how hard it was to actually like line up the name Pikachu on Twitch. You must have had to guess every number from 1 to 674.
No. That's probably the first one that came up.
That's true. You think it might have gave suggestions? Oh, try this one.
Yeah, Pikachu is taken. Try Pikachu 1,032,000.
I mean, he's got it with 3 digits. That's down pretty far. I mean, darn. Props. That's all I gotta say. Props. Here's Prince Sivgold the Magnificent. And he's in hot pursuit. Yet another wave of the chaos yet to be slaughtered. What if they come out with a DLC that has undead archery? Undead ranged units.
Camry might get that.
That would be my prayers answered. So yeah, I did hear about the dwarf and orc expansion, but then I heard the first of the elves that they're going to come out with is the wood elves. And they're going to try to drag this out as much as possible. They really are. They're going to bleed the populace for all it's worth. So do you think Rain will watch our stream on Steam when we start playing Civilization?
I don't know.
I hope he gets it. Although he said he's gonna wait and see if we like it first. Did you ever destroy that there dragon?
Nah, it was a bit too high level. I had to run away.
Wasn't worth your time?
Nah, it was screaming me, so I had to run away.
Did you ever play through Skyrim?
No, I always get bored before I get to the end.
Hahaha. How's about any of the Fallouts?
I didn't like Fallout. I only really played New Vegas.
That one was good. I played Oblivion like 99.9999%. I had the strategy guide, and I just went from page 1 to the end cover.
That sucks.
Skyrim, I can't say I completed as much, but enough to say that I played it.
I stuck in Jessica Alba in a bikini as my follower.
Epic.
Yeah, there's a mod for it, man. And the artist that has done Jessica Alba, he's talented.
Dude, there is like all kinds of mods for the for Fallout 4. I've seen a Tony Hawk Pro Skater mod. People get creative. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta go grab the phone.